And now, from high atop the percolator, it's time for Java with John. Here's Johnny!
Heidi-ho.
Yes. Well, there's Johnny, as our maestro said, Java with John, Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, I guess, maybe, I don't know.
Almost April.
Oh, so close, so close. Yes. Yeah, I go for a lunch once a month with the guys that I go to the NASCAR races with, and we're going tomorrow. But we had trouble because every time someone suggested a date, someone said April Fools. So it was a tough workaround. But it'll be nice to get March behind us.
Yes. It's been a long winter.
Yes, it has. It has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I had a new logo to post here, and you think I can see it on my stream deck? No. But anyways, regardless, it is Java with John. It is 2:01 p.m. and it does say Tuesday. So, more importantly, I think we have to celebrate. Maybe we need a drink. This is episode number 10. I think that's been quite an accomplishment for you and I.
I haven't been fired yet.
And the paychecks just keep rumbling in, right?
Well, I'm expecting to be paid quite handsomely in a couple of days, Janet. Yeah, and Colleen.
Yes. Well, we'll see how they do.
Yeah.
So I guess we've looked after our welcome, and has there been anything that's brought a smile to your face, John? I know what the trend has been. I just don't know what today's action was.
Yesterday was phenomenal. I spent the whole day outside in my shorts. That's my smile.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Beyond that, garden's growing. Everything's just kind of kicking along. Just want to get it every day where it's now warm again. So soon. That's yourself?
Good. Well, my smile has been, first of all, every morning I do a sports show pretty faithfully. I'd be remiss if I said I do it every day, but I probably hit 90% of the days. And local hockey for me has ended. Our Braves have been defeated and they're out of the playoffs. And Major League Baseball started. Now, I haven't been doing the Major League Baseball now since October when the World Series was on. And so I had to fire up my setup in my software to try to get my graphics working. And I was so pleased. I was smiling all the way to the internet.
Yeah.
Because if you look at this, you can see my graphics. In this background. So I have all kinds of nice graphics, and that did bring the smile to my face.
Good. Looks very nice.
So we're both happy.
Well, can I do a quick skip a line here?
Sure.
Okay. So let's continue on about baseball. I read an article the other day of a gentleman who's been to every Blue Jays game opening day for the past 37 years. He always took both of his sons. Cheapest tickets, $150 each. That's just ludicrous.
Yes.
That is, professional sports is getting to the place where only the rich can go. It's no longer a family tradition. It's no longer a you don't get the cheap seats anymore up in the middle of the sky. $150 each. He just said, I can't afford to go.
Yeah.
After 37 years. That's sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Now, I guess
I work my way around that. I shouldn't say as though I do it all the time, but the last game I was at, I go to the those seats out in the porch, $20, and you don't buy a seat. You pay $20 to get in, so you go early, so you get to sit either on the rail or close to the bullpen or somewhere. $20, and I enjoy it. Beer can be expensive. Hot dogs can be expensive. So those $150, as long as you don't eat or drink while you're there, it's not bad. Oh, unless you go on Toonie Tuesday, or is it Toonie? Or
I don't think those days exist anymore.
Oh, I think today's the first one. Get a hot dog for $1.
Oh, okay. Get a hot dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, not a beer. No. They cost a mint. Yeah. So, all sports is expensive. And about 5 years ago, I read a report, and it hasn't come to fruition yet, but they said those 20,000 seats at a hockey game don't count. They're just going to have sponsors and boxes, and that's it. They're not going to have the general public isn't going to be going to hockey games. That was probably 5 years ago when I read that. I don't think it ever came to fruition.
Yeah. I remember when I went to the Canadian Open golf, and I was invited to go by one of my former vendors. I was invited to go on Thursdays and maybe the odd Friday. Saturdays and Sundays were for the people that spent. No, hang on. Let me add to this. I was spending $1.5 million a year in shipping with them.
Oh yes, yeah.
I was not allowed to go on a Saturday or Sunday because the people that spent the real money went with them then.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
Well, no one's ever invited me to go, so I guess I'm SOL when it comes to that department.
Now they make good margaritas. That's all I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Okay.
Didn't mean to skip a step there.
Okay. Well, we have free range on what we do here, John. So,
All right.
this is a guide on the side rather than a sage on the stage. So we're rolling. On this day, were you able to gather anything that related to March
find
31st?
anything of notability. Like it was like just some random thing that I had no idea was or existed, and I didn't know if you had found anything. Yeah, it was just kind of a blasé day.
I got two gems.
Okay.
First of all, 1959, Newfoundland joined Canada on this day. Yeah, they became a province.
I didn't see that.
And the other one, and it's also Canadian. In 1960, Indigenous folks were able to vote in the election without giving up their heritage. Prior to 1960, they couldn't vote unless they stopped being an Indigenous person and gave up any benefits that are associated with that. In 1960, the rules changed. They could vote, and they didn't have to give up the perks for being an Indigenous person.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that was what I was able to come up with. Not really startling or anything like that, but
Yeah, like it was just kind of I found the whole week was kind of blasé, I guess is the right word of saying.
well, I found lots of things from between 1000 and 1500 AD, but as you said, it was a nondescript day here in the modern day for us folks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, grinding my gears or pet peeve or whatever, did you have any one that you wanted to lay on them today, or?
Well, mine is kind of not just a grinding my gears. It's a kind of an overall thing. I'm gonna entitle it generational learning. And I am as much fault on this as the next guy. I will admit to that, and I failed in doing this, and I'm learning a lot right now myself. Teaching grandkids and so on, kids, necessities of life. How to sew a button, how to plant a garden, how to tend for a garden. Things that we were all angry at as kids because it was a chore, now are a lost benefit. And what I mean by that is that how easy it is us to run out to the dry cleaners and pay them $20 to sew a button on.
Yeah.
You want to go to the grocery store and complain about the prices of tomatoes, but you don't want to put a plant in the ground. And I don't think a lot of kids today are getting those experiences where everything now is, everything comes from a grocery store. Everything comes from Amazon. Nothing is created anymore. And what I mean by that is that you don't, grow your own celery or whatever.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been talking a lot with my neighbors' kids and stuff like that, and actually a few men's chat groups online. And it's starting to become a new trend where we're kind of going, you know what? How do we get this back? Everybody's complaining about the cost of groceries. They're going to go up more. I'll just tell you that right now. A lot more, probably about 25% more in the next year. That's the forecast. So how can you combat that? Grow your own food. Are you going to throw away that shirt because you blew a button off it? No. Sew a button on it. Like so many different things, and I'm not being a miser or anything like that. It's just practicality. In a lot of cases, needs to come back in a lot of instances.
Yeah, and I think practicality is the key word there. Because my background was in education, I want to quote or relate two stories to you. Once when I was teaching in elementary school, and every Friday afternoon we had an activity thing, and we had opportunity. We had cooking for boys. Now, was I involved in that? Obviously not, but because I got to run the hockey school, by the way. So I had probably 15 kids who were the best hockey players in our school came with me to the rink, and we had an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes, and I did that. But we had the cooking school for the boys, and then when I was teaching in high school, a lot of people complain that we don't teach kids anything there, but that's quite the truth. In math class, we did teach how to do your income tax. We did have auto shop, or you learned to change a tire. We did have home ec. Now, boys steered away from it, but there was home ec where they had the opportunity to go. And if they would have been smart, what other class can you go to where all the girls in the school are going to be? sign up,
cafeteria?
sign up for home ec. I mean, that's the place to be. Those things are there, but in reality, as you said, the responsibility really rests with the parents. They're the ones that have to say, okay, Ian, I'm going to show you some of my culinary skills. We'll start with some of the basic stuff, and after you've mastered craft dinner, then we'll move on to something else. Or sewing a button or whatever. I mean, and as you said, we're the guilty ones, not the kids.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny you're talking about, the days where you had home ec, you had auto shop. Those are gone. Like those classes don't exist anymore, at least in the GTA. So I forget what they call home ec now. I don't know. It's got some weird name to it, but they don't teach you about accounting. They don't teach you about cooking. They just teach you about random things that aren't really, I guess, important in my eyes. You ask a neighbor's kid where a spark plug is, and they'll say, "What's a spark plug?"
Oh yeah, but on my EV, I'm having trouble. Yeah.
yeah. So that's like I said, it's just something I'm trying to work on. Speaking of gardening, if anybody wants tomato or pepper seeds, let me know and I'll bring some to the farm. I've got. You want them? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I've got I've been harvesting seeds for the past 2 years. So if you need seeds, I got seeds. I could tell Gary I got seeds. I will definitely bring them. So.
Okay. Grinding gears. My peeve is just a continuation of what I talked about last week. Last week, I mentioned about those people not waiting till the pedestrians made it all the way across the intersection before they turned. My peeve today is related to that, and that's where when people do make that turn, they don't go into the nearest lane. They just automatically go to the lane that they want to. So instead of when you're making a right turn, you're supposed to be on that right-hand lane, and instead they go to the middle lane, or vice versa when making a left-hand turn. And it's irritating, and it's wrong, and it grinds my gears.
Yeah. Did you know? And I'll throw this at you because the law is very weirdly written. So when you see a dotted line as you're driving down the street, what does that mean you're allowed to do?
It's just a caution or a warning to you.
No, it means you can pass.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes.
If you see a dotted line on one side and a solid line on one side, what does that mean to you?
That you're okay to pass if it's your dotted line, but the other guy has to be careful if he passes.
Okay, and a double yellow line.
Both drivers got to be very careful when they pass.
We were taught you could not pass.
That's the way I learned it. Yep.
We were wrong.
Yeah.
Speaking, if I can, just because we're in grinds my gears, and we'll talk about affordability. I'm sure everybody's getting their gears ground over the cost of fuel. Affordableenergy.ca. Okay, so affordableenergy.ca. It is hosted by Dan McTeague, former Liberal MP. He's been running it for 30 years. And within the webpage, there is a link to find gas price projections for the next 3 days. So he will tell you, hey, Thursdays is going to go down 3 cents by then. The other thing that he's been talking about is you only buy gas going forward after 6 p.m. Do not buy gas during the day. Because gas prices, and this is by his data, he's been doing this for 30 years, gas prices always go down after 6 p.m.
Oh, okay. After everybody's got home.
Yep. So, but again, affordableenergy.ca. I'm giving Dan a plug. He's a good friend. He was actually one of my brother-in-law's students in high school. But he is very closely monitoring the price of fuel and has been for 30 years. But if you follow his formulation, it will help you save a couple bucks.
Okay, well, somewhere, maybe it's
Sorry, off track.
Here we are. Song. Has there been any song on the tip of your tongue that you've been singing or humming all day today or this week or anything like that?
Well, how do I say this? There's a lot of music I listen to that 99.9% of the Donahue clan would not even know of, let alone have heard of. Or I listen to everything from Bach, Brahms, Mendelssohn to Green Day. Elton John, the album Friends, I had in my head. That was one of my favorite albums growing up as a kid. Very few people have ever seen the album, let alone heard of the album. It was actually a movie soundtrack. It was, I think, his second or third album. The only song that's been stuck in my head all week is Funeral for a Friend.
Is what?
Funeral for a Friend by Elton John.
Oh, okay.
It is the longest song on record that I can think of. I think it beat out, well, it merges with Love Lies Bleeding.
Okay.
It was on, I'm trying to remember his third album. The only song that rivals it, I think, in length of the song is Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah. That's been traditionally the acknowledged as the longest for sure.
Yeah. Funeral for a Friend is about 20 minutes long. But it's a masterpiece in regards to early synthetic rock and roll. What I mean by that is what's that called? Not an organ, synthesizers.
Okay, yeah.
It was basically started off the original synthesizer. Say that real fast. Synthesizers. Yeah. But if you really want to enjoy rock opera, listen to it. Funeral for a Friend, Elton John.
Okay, well, the one that's been on my mind, and I quite often break out with these in the privacy of our home, and an audience of only Colleen. And my song that I've spouted out a couple of times is April Love by Pat Boone. And
whoa!
But the reason for that, of course, is there's a line in there that says, April showers, rain to grow the flowers for your first bouquet. But April showers, and I've been looking at the Weather Channel, and I see nothing but rain coming up. So that's what made me think of April Love.
Wow, I haven't heard the name Pat Boone in a long time.
Well, that was 1957, and that song April Love was from a movie. Okay. Oh shoot, he had that was his second movie, I think. It was called April Love, and then he was in he had another one about he had a race boat in it, and like he was 23 years old when he sang April Love, so he was a youngster back in those days. Anyways, he certainly has passed his time now, that's for sure.
I might look that one up later.
Hopefully, when this show is over, I'm going to put some links on the YouTube channel that if people want to click to find any of the stories that we've talked about that I have links to, or at least my song, I can. And if after we're off the air, if you want to refresh my memory about Funeral for a Friend or the exact title, and then I can.
That's the exact title. Yeah. Funeral. Oh God. Hang on 1 second here. Let me do this. Spotify. Oh my Lord. Okay. Spotify. Funeral for a Friend. Written and sung by Elton John.
Oh.
Actually, it was written by Bernie Taupin. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay.
Sung by Elton John. So I just hit Funeral for a Friend on Spotify. And I've got 12 songs before Elton John Funeral for a Friend. It's like, no. Remember we talked about AI?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So here, just to give you an idea. So on that album, Funeral for a Friend, classic songs that came out of Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding, Candle in the Wind, Benny and the Jets, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and Harmony. Actually, Harmony is probably one of the best songs Elton John ever wrote. So you've got 7 number 1 songs or hit songs off of one album. That's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was the album. So yeah. Well, I got to listen to Harmony now. I forgot about that. Oh, I love that song.
Oh, yes. Shoot. What was that? Excuse me. What was that 1 a.m. show from Detroit you mentioned last week?
The Ghoul?
No. That
1 a.m. in the morning?
No, yeah, from Detroit that played your music that you always listened to growing up.
Oh, that was 1 p.m.
Oh, was
Soul
it?
Train. Yeah. 1 a.m. is.
Oh,
do you remember
okay.
you had those crazy lights come up on the screen and you got.
Yeah. Well, it was funny.
10 o'clock.
It came up on my Facebook page sometime this week, and I immediately thought of you. I thought, see, I'm not in the dark. I do know this.
Yeah. No. The Soul Train was that was just the show. Like you went back to school on Monday, and everybody talked about what songs were on Soul Train, and it was the music at that time was legendary. Whether it be the Fifth Estate, all those bands that came out of Detroit and Philadelphia, amazing. And believe it or not, Philadelphia was one of the biggest cities for music in the 1960s, 1970s.
Oh yeah, well, you think about all those groups that came out of there. I think anybody who went to school and walked on the street, if you had 4 friends, then you formed a group, and you were there. Yeah.
You got a $10,000 contract, and you was rich.
Yes, yeah.
Now they're saying, I forget who it was. I think it was Justin Bieber or somebody like that was saying the other day that the music industry is DOA. That everything is just being done digitally now, and they're all scrambling to save their music rights.
Yes.
Because of AI.
Yeah.
And there is no more kids. 12-year-old kids are writing number 1 hits on their laptop. There's no more musicians and collaboration and all that stuff anymore. So interesting.
Yes. Yeah. Local spotlight. Anything happening in Bradford, Toronto, Ontario, anywhere that's caught your eye?
Well, a few things have caught my eye. And one thing, which is I think is a sad thing, is the food bank is starting to shorten their hours due to lack of food. Hopefully that changes soon. You mentioned about Billy Bishop Airport. Learned a lot about that in the past hour. Because you said that there was a tunnel, and I was like, what tunnel? I always thought you had to take that stupid ferry across.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever taken the ferry across to Toronto Island.
Yes.
Yeah, plan on half a day. Yeah, I don't. I after reading your text, I don't have the patience for downtown Toronto anymore. It's yeah. Once you get on the TTC, it's just confusion. But it's interesting you told me about that, because without knowing about that tunnel, I thought that you would just have to take your suitcase and go on the ferry.
Wait your turn.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, if I get on the ferry 3 hours ahead of my flight, I might, do we need to have another major airport in the GTA? Excuse me.
Doug Ford's got all the reasons, but he's your man. So, and
Well, he's not my man. I'm trying to think of the right words. Why don't we fix Pearson first?
well, he's saying let's take the pressure off Pearson, and of course the big thing is downtown. They have to change Billy Bishop so that jets can land there, and that's the issue. And once again, politics is what it's all about.
Yeah, I have this immense fear of very large planes trying to land on an island when it's surrounded by skyscrapers.
Yes.
I don't know. Color me stupid. But yeah, no, if Doug's still digging his tunnel underneath the 401. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Well, that's so he can get downtown to Billy Bishop sooner.
Oh, is that what that is?
I think so.
Okay. 3 things that'll probably never happen in our lifetime: the tunnel underneath the 401, Billy Bishop, and the high-speed rail. They will not happen within our lifetime.
No.
So actually, that's kind of funny. Speaking of pet peeves, have you seen the legal things come out about the Billy Bishop or the high-speed rail?
No.
Yeah. Because they changed the land. They changed the wording from buying people's property to, what's that called when you just take it and give them fair market value? Expropriate? Yes. And some people are saying no. So they said within legal battles and everything, they might start to lay ground in another 10, 12 years. So what was that picture of?
This is the picture of our MPP on the left, Steve Clark. We won't get into the politics about relationship with Doug Ford and how I think he took the hit for Doug Ford on all that stuff was happening in your area with Doug's friends. And Steve was a minister of municipal affairs or something like that. And all of Doug's buddies were getting a heads up on what was coming up for sale and could buy early or something. Anyway, Steve resigned his post, didn't resign his seat, and now he's back. I forget what his title is. But anyways, he was here in Brockville announcing the Ontario government was, the Ontario Arts Council was granting $470,000 to 2 local theater productions, one in Gananoque, and I'm going to say they were going to get $440,000, and the smaller one in Prescott Shakespearean festival, which is held outside in the amphitheater, was going to get
Okay.
20,000. So big news locally. It takes the pressure off both those organizations in terms of being able to go ahead with their summer schedule. So that's
Okay.
one of the big local news things that I found.
Okay, so at least it's something that's trying to think of our words. It's entertainment, art in the park type stuff. Like is that what you're talking about? Like it's arts. It's like not. It's stuff for people to enjoy.
Yes. Yep. And in a relaxed setting.
Yes.
You didn't have to have a tuxedo to go to either one of those.
Okay.
And it's very quality entertainment, and it keeps the locals happy, and that's why it's called local
good. That's
spotlight.
That's good. Yeah, because we need more of that. And we need, especially if it's affordable.
Yeah,
And from the numbers that you gave me, it seems fairly affordable.
yeah, they're doing. And another thing that we need is travel. We need to get away once in a while. So we want to finish off this episode number 10 today with the response to this question. And I'm going to let you answer first. Is when you're going on a vacation, no matter how big or how small, do you plan every detail, or do you just let things happen or unfold as it goes?
I told you not to ask me this way.
I want to put you on the spot.
Okay, on the spot, I show up. I do as I'm told.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I think.
I have to put pants on today. Yes, dear. That's
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's. I can't argue with. I do what I'm told. That seems to be my motto for life. But I do plan in detail what I'm going to do. Like I remember when we used to go on cruises. We went on, I think, 12 years in a row. We went on a cruise, and I knew every day what I was going to do because I planned it to do the things I wanted to do. Our typical day on a cruise is we would get up early, and we always seemed to find that there was a priest on board the ship, and we would go to morning mass 8 o'clock.
okay.
8:30, we would head to the buffet breakfast, but we would not eat in the cafeteria. We would eat on one of the outdoor lounges at the rear of the vessel. So we'd have a nice breakfast and either mimosas or Caesars. 2 or 3 would get me through breakfast. When that ended, we would usually head up to this nice little coffee shop that was on. We always went on celebrity cruises, and the layouts were very similar on the boats. And there was a nice coffee shop where we could go get a little bit of dessert, a little coffee with Kahlua in it, and we would have that. And then Colleen would trek off to get out in the sun, whereas I'm not really a sun kind of guy. So she would go out to the pool or the deck and stretch out. I would go back to the room, get my book. I might come back to that coffee shop, have another coffee, some more Baileys or Kahlua, and read for half an hour or so. Then I would head out to one of the outdoor bars. Usually the ones at the back were my favorites. And I would do some more reading, possibly. Anyways, enjoy whatever drinks I was ordering for the day. I would meet Colleen. She would come down and retrieve me at lunchtime, and then she would say where we're going. We had 2 favorite places. There was usually right beside the pool, the main pool, there's usually a hot dog / hamburger and ice cream thing, and you could get beer, or we would get. She would be nice enough to go down to the cafeteria and make me a nice panini, and then bring it back up to the outdoor bar that I was sitting at. Afternoon tended to be a repeat of that. I was sort of staying in the shade.
You just done a whole week for me.
Yeah. The good life. Yeah. And the same thing when we went to the all inclusives. I like that AI better for all inclusive rather than for artificial intelligence. I like that AI I can live with more agreeably than the AI for artificial or A1, as you mentioned to me earlier.
A1, yeah.
And I tend to plan those days as well. No big surprises for me. I pick my favorite spots, my favorite bartender, and
Yeah.
I try to figure out the spots. Of course, we don't know the personalities before we go, but I've usually picked out, where all the things are in the resort and in what order I want to visit them. Despite we've never got to go on that damn pub crawl yet.
Well, Brad, it's probably because most of you be crawling before it even started. So, yeah, my philosophy is that if we're going someplace and I see 2 or 3 things that I'm interested in doing, I look at the day and what the day brings, if that makes any sense. I don't want to plan Tuesday I'm doing this and Thursday I'm doing this. And no, when I wake up in the morning, maybe I want to do this instead, or the weather is saying do this, or I don't know. I spent so many times trying to get things achieved at work that when I go on vacation, the last thing I need to do is I just want to just shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you go to Mexico, you cannot go to a hamburger or a hot dog bar. No. I'm saying this. It's now on cyberspace. Okay.
Yeah.
It's forbidden going forward.
Okay.
Tacos.
Well, I won't go there if you won't go to a taco bar.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Yeah. Well, I think we've covered all of today's topics.
Yep.
I think we can continue this conversation on the weekend.
Yep.
We've completed 10 shows. We can review what we've done. Maybe institute a couple of new things. I'm not sure what, but we can talk about it in person on the weekend.
Yep. Any suggestions? I think are we're open to from anybody. It doesn't have to be any specific time. Just say, hey, what about this?
Yeah.
Or I'm going to say this if I can. Sorry. If somebody wants to get our opinions on something that may be happening, and they want to have a neutral, I'm going to use the word educated, because if you ask me a question, I'm going to search it till I'm blue in the tooth. Answers to some of the things that are happening. Like today, we talked about gas prices. There's a viable tool for you to understand what's happening with gas in your area. Any questions like that, I think we can be open to answering as well for people.
Yeah. Okay, well, that we shall do, and we'll finalize those things on the weekend. Thanks very much, sir. It's been real.
Yes,